Okay folks, back at it again with another video. Squeaking door. We're filming this video today with my new lens. Check it out, I got a 10-18 lens on the 6400. So finally we got a bit more of a wide angle. I really like it, and this lens also has built-in image stabilization, so now it shouldn't be as shaky as it was with the original lens. But what we're gonna do is jump in the F12 because we're actually not gonna see this car for about 2 weeks. We gotta go drop it off. It's being shipped to California for the first time, at least during my ownership. So let's jump in here. Sadly, we can't get a cold start because I drove it a little while ago here. Oh yeah. And the lovely, annoying Ferrari chime. And the 10-second check engine light that's on every time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, 0. There we go. Yeah, so it's about 6:30 in the afternoon in Pittsburgh, and it's typical traffic. So, so what I figured that I would do is quickly say thank you to you guys. About 2 weeks ago, I uploaded a video, kind of with my story of how I came here, like my life story. And I didn't really know how a video like that was going to do on the channel because it's not really as, I mean, I guess it is car related because it's related to my story, but it wasn't really, you know, featuring a bunch of car content. It was just me talking about my background and that kind of thing. And I've had a lot of people ask me to do a video like that for many years, but I never really knew how it would go over, so I didn't really do it. But anyhow, it's got over 100,000 views. So to me, that's, you know, a little surprising. And I just want to say thank you guys for watching. And I know it's a long video as well. But I'm just happy that you guys found that interesting. So, by the way, if you haven't watched that video, I'll link it down in the description. You can check it out if you want to. It's 35 minutes long, so if you don't really care about my background, I understand if you don't want to watch that video. Yep, sitting still here, at least in the left lane. And there's only 2 lanes that go into Pittsburgh. It's like, come on, man. One good thing with going into this city, though, is that you go through the Fort Pitt Tunnel, at least when you're coming from that away. Bad thing is, though, that traffic obviously doesn't disappear just because it's a tunnel. Highly inconsiderate for car guys like myself. Yeah, see, you can't really have much fun. Too much traffic. Oh, we got a little room. Alright, so we got the car dropped off here. I'll see you in LA in about 2 weeks. Bye, baby. Alright, so we're back home. We're moving quickly in today's video. We're obviously going to get, squeaking door, to the topic of today's video in a second. So, empty garage here. 2 other vehicles which don't fit in the garage. Now the Ferrari is obviously going to California for Car Week, as I've mentioned before, so keep an eye on my Instagram. If you're not following me there already, go ahead and do so at AutoVlog. I'll keep everyone updated of what's going on while we're in California. We're definitely doing fuel run on the 14th though, so come and meet us early in the morning because the rally starts at 9 and we meet up there at like 7 in the morning, and that's at Gladstone's in Malibu. Big parking lot there. It's going to be awesome. Tons of cars, hopefully hypercars as well. I heard that Shmi is going to be there with his Ford GT. It's going to be sweet. But yeah, like I said, we're down to the F-150, or I am now. This is the only vehicle I'll be driving until I get to California. I can drive the Ferrari again, and until we get the Ferrari home. Obviously the Raptor, if you guys saw the previous video, I'll show you here real quick, by the way. First mod to the wifey's Raptor here. We installed some awesome LED fog lights. Her reaction was kind of interesting, semi-awkward. It's a funny video. Go watch it if you want to. But not long ago, I didn't even have the truck. The Ferrari was down as well, so my good friend Will Motivation lent me his Hellcat. And during the time that I had that Hellcat, I actually drove down to North Carolina. It was a planned trip for a Ferrari Club of America event. But since the F12 was missing an alternator belt, I had to drive the Hellcat that, again, Will graciously lent to me. And I had only had the car for 1 day when this happened.
Good afternoon, sir.
How you doing, sir?
First of all, this is my favorite car. It's beautiful.
So with about 25 miles left to Asheville, North Carolina, I was pulled over by I don't know, I can't even remember if it was a state trooper or just local police around there. Yeah, sorry for the bad audio, my neighbor's mowing the lawn. But anyhow, I was pulled over, and initially the police officer was he was very nice. He gave compliments on the Hellcat, it was his favorite car, blah, 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 blah. Anyhow, he comes back, and what I get is a reckless driving charge, and like my jaw dropped. I was like, what?
Fast, 65 mile an hour zone is 95 mile an hour at the time, okay?
95?
Yes, sir.
Jeez.
You were actually speeding up. I stopped it at 95, and that's when I pulled out. I don't know if you got a little faster now.
Oh my goodness.
95 at least. These cars are easy to do downhill. I know. Anyway, here, license and registration back, okay? Look, citation's gonna be for your speed, which is 95 and a 65 reckless driving because it's that speed, okay?
You know, that sounds kind of excessive, but apparently, according to him, I was going 30 miles per hour over. It was 65, I was going around 95 down this, you know, mountain stretch, gorgeous views and everything. You're just, you know, in the Appalachian Mountains, and I had no thought of, you know, the speed that I was driving. There was no cars around, nothing like that. Now luckily I had my GoPro sitting on the front windshield, so I just turned it on and I captured everything on video. What I didn't know at the time was the very, very strict laws in North Carolina when it comes to, you know, speeding. So apparently what I've heard after the fact is that even 15 miles over the speed limit is, you know, considered reckless driving. So you'll get a reckless driving charge in North Carolina if you drive 15 miles per hour over the speed limit, which is kind of excessive. I understand if you're like zigzagging and you're going crazy and, you know, street racing and stuff like that, and you're endangering people's lives. And I know the law is the law, but reckless, you know, anyhow. It was just kind of excessive, and I've gotten millions of questions from people since then of, you know, what's the update, what really went on, like what ended up happening, you know, did I lose my license, what was the fine, you know, this and that. I mean, right after that happened, I just kept on going because I had this event to attend. This actually, by the way, happened on a Thursday. During the Friday and the Saturday that weekend, I was doing the Ferrari Club of America event. I drove home on the Sunday, and then the following Monday in my mailbox, right away, I had like 3 or 4, I can't remember, I think it was 3, letters from attorneys' offices in North Carolina, basically ticket defense lawyers. It said, you know, on such and such date, you know, you were driving through this stretch in North Carolina and you exceeded the speed limit, and in caps and like bold letters, reckless driving charge. And this offense can result in like jail time and all these fines, and, you know, kind of like a scary type of email, like, you know, you better hire us so we can help us. That's basically what those letters were for. They were ticket defense lawyers just reaching out, and like initially you were kind of like, how the hell did they know about this so soon? Because there's only been 1 business day that passed. It was actually the Friday, because this was Thursday afternoon. Friday was a full business day, and then Saturday, Sunday, and then on Monday I had it in my mailbox here in Pittsburgh. So somehow they all knew about it right away. And, you know, what I'm learning is that's, I mean, I don't know what to call it really, but it's a bit of a racket in North Carolina, where, yeah, you get pulled over for speeding, but then if you hire this lawyer right away, they can just make everything go away. Now the police officer as well, he was kind of eluding, you know, go to our website or whatever and like dispute the speed or something like that, or, you know, contact an attorney, and I got a court date. So this happened on, well, the video went live on June 2nd. I think it happened on May 31st or something like that, and my court date was July 2nd. So what ended up happening was that I was contacted by friends of mine on, you know, on Instagram, and they were like, you know, the same type of thing happened to us in the same state. And they referred me to this attorney that they had used, but that attorney was in a different county, so they couldn't help me out. So I was referred to another attorney. So what I ended up doing was I contacted him and I explained the situation. I had like a court number or invoice number, whatever it was, and he just looked that up and he knew everything already. He's like, yeah, it was this date and this speed and, you know, reckless driving and blah, 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 back and forth. And basically, long story short, he was like, well, my services are going to cost $500. And then what you're going to have to end up doing is cutting a check to the county clerk's office for, it was either $202 or $212. So all in all, it came up to like $700 that I had to pay. And basically what he told me was that I can't guarantee you that you'll get completely, you know, exonerated or whatever, but you know, in my experience, I can pretty much tell you that it's a 95 to 99% chance that, you know, we'll just take care of this. It'll be out of your hair or lack of, and you can just move on with your life. So I was like, oh, okay. You know, I mean, I've never been in this situation before. I don't know how it works in North Carolina. So I just, okay, I paid up, you know, we're just hoping for the best or whatever. July 2nd comes along, you know, that's my court date. And obviously I didn't hear anything that same day. I wasn't expecting to. But, you know, weeks pass pretty much. And on July 22nd, I got this email. Case resolved. Good news, you are all paid up with the clerk of court and your case has been completely resolved in the manner in which discussed. Reduction from a high-speed criminal offense all the way down to a 9-over, which is a mere infraction and not a criminal offense. If you also received a reckless driving charge, that charge has been dismissed. It really is that easy when you use the law firm that I used. Thank you so much. By the way, there's no need to respond to this email. Best regards. So basically, that's what happened. I paid the attorney $500, had to pay the county clerk's office $200 some, and that's that. Apparently, no points on my license. There's no additional fee or any ticket that I have to pay. Everything has been completely taken care of. Now, you know, as I've done in many other videos, is that to kind of show, you know, my ad revenue for certain videos and stuff like that. And since, like I mentioned, I had my GoPro in the front windshield there, I filmed everything and of course made a video about it. That's how you guys know about it. And here's what that video generated in ad revenue. So yeah, I think it was $764. And this isn't like to be like, oh, you know, look at special me or anything like that. But, you know, this is what I do for a living. I create content. You know, I pretty much try to have a camera on me at all time in case, you know, stuff like this happens. Because just to be honest, I mean, it is good content. You know, these type of videos, they usually get a pretty good amount of views. So, you know, I uploaded it. And basically what I'm trying to say is that it really hasn't cost me anything financially because, you know, if this never happened, yeah, I wouldn't have been able to make a video about it. But also I wouldn't have had to pay, you know, $712 in attorneys and county clerk's fees either. So, you know, that's kind of where I'm at with this whole thing. I mean, it's been solved. I'm just happy I didn't, you know, lose my license or get points on my license or, you know, get drugged to jail or whatever it was. But the moral of this whole story is, I guess, that, you know, in a state like North Carolina, it's a beautiful state, by the way, I have nothing against them, but this whole thing that they're doing seems to be a bit of a scam. It's like, yeah, but we'll give people these like crazy fines if they do this in traffic, like 15 miles over. That's, you know, considered reckless driving. I don't even know what kind of fine you get if you're just like 11 miles over. Although it's not a reckless driving charge, it's, you know, a speeding ticket. I don't even know how much that speeding ticket would be. I'm assuming that it would be pretty high. But if you get one of these, you know, severe traffic offenses, which reckless driving pretty much is, all you have to do is contact this attorney and you'll have letters in the mail like the day after pretty much from attorneys' offices offering their services. So if you pay them, they'll pretty much take care of everything. It's just like, it's weird. I mean, what do you guys think? It kind of rubs me the wrong way. I don't know. It's odd. So maybe if you're from North Carolina, maybe you have you know, a bit more knowledge regarding what all this stuff is about, really, with, you know, the attorney's offices, and, you know, just pay us and we'll take care of it. It's like it never happened. So it seems like there's some kind of collaboration going on between, you know, these attorney's offices and like the actual, you know, police force or, you know, the government, whatever it is. It's kind of weird. But yeah, there's nothing more to say. So with that being said, this video is in fact over. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to do. Give it 2 thumbs up. If you're stopping by for the first time and you feel like it, you can subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.